I spoke to OzyChris, who's one of the chief organisers of the event, on the Sunday afternoon, and asked him how the weekend had gone for the club.
It's been a fantastic weekend. We had a little bit of rough weather early in the weekend, but yesterday and today we can see by the sunshine and the sunburn everywhere. But no, we've had a great time. Everyone's really enjoyed it.
And in terms of the number of people who've come in, there've been a lot of bikes here and stuff, as normal. How's it been?
I'm, as with last year, always amazed that, so many people turn out to support us even when the weather is rough. And, I haven't done a count back, but just judging by the numbers and that we see, around the place, I'd say we've done as well as we hope to. And, so it's great, it keeps us in stead. As long as we can pay the bills, we can do it again.
And you had the bike show yesterday afternoon, obviously, a big part of the event for the Greenman guys particularly. How did that go?
That was great, despite the weather and a bit of mud on the field, which we thought might stop a few bikes coming up, we had a really great range of bikes up here and some really worthy winners of the awards, so really pleased with that.
And we've had music going on for 3 days. You can hear the Doomsday Project in the background at the moment. Have you had a chance to see much of it?
Yeah, thankfully I've managed to catch bits of most of the bands I wanted to see. I did crowd security for Roughneck Riot last night, and they were amazing, and managed to catch a bit of Viking Skull before I did that, so really pleased that I managed to not see all of their sets, because I'm always moving around, but managed to stop long enough to catch a few songs from each band I really wanted to.
And what's been your highlight, sort of musically and otherwise?
Again, Roughneck Riot last night were amazing. Viking Skull, I've been wanting to see them for years. Heave in the Peace Tent were amazing. The Peace Tent was absolutely rammed full for that. They were really good, and it's just been great. The range and the diversity has been brilliant.
And so you say, I know there was a sort of bit of discussion after last year's one, but going forward, all looking like it's continuing?
Well, it's got to go to vote. Everyone volunteers their time to do it, so everyone's got to agree to do it, to put the commitment in, and it is a lot of commitment to do. The bigger it gets, the more it takes. But everyone's happy, and we've had so much positive feedback that it's when you have that much positive feedback, even under difficult circumstances, it's difficult not to do it again, because we don't want to let the people down. We love doing it, and we want people to enjoy it.
That was the Greenman Motorcycle Club's OzyChris, one of the organisers of the Chaos Weekend. And on the Saturday afternoon, one band were marking their sort of first birthday, I guess you could call it. They're called Lifejacket, and I caught up with their frontman Andy Sauvage after their set and asked him how it went.
Well, it was an interesting experience. We couldn't really hear ourselves on the stage, so we were a bit worried, but when we came off, apparently it sounded great, which is all that matters. So, I think it pays to practice, so we knew what we were doing.
And you had your first gig as Lifejacket a year ago this weekend. You sort of come full circle in a way at this stage. So how's the year been for Lifejacket?
Well, we last year when we played, we had Ryan on bass, who's since gone off to the big smoke. So we've lost him and gained John. And John sort of brought a new dynamic to the band. He's a guitar player, really, and he's into all kinds of stuff. So he's certainly helped the band get a lot tighter. So we've been working on some new stuff. We managed to debut a new one last night. It's been good. Started to feel comfortable with the material. We've played quite a lot, actually, and seems to be going down well. We just wouldn't mind seeing some more crowds come to our gigs.
I guess that's the thing. The sort of music you guys do is kind of different to most of what's out there in sort of music over here at the moment. Sort of hard indie, I think you've described it as. Does that sort of affect the crowds and things, or?
I'm not sure, really. A few of us were talking about this earlier, that the sort of music scene over here seems to be bands watching other bands, sort of whether or not that band's playing that night. You look out into the crowd, everyone is in a band. And it really does depend on what else is going on at the time. We've sort of had a gig that we've flyed as much as possible and bigged it up, gone online and done all that stuff. And on the day, there's something going on somewhere else, and people go to that. It's completely unpredictable, really. It's just whatever mood people are in.
And obviously, Chaos is the festival. You've been up here all weekend since Friday. It's now Sunday afternoon. How's the festival been, other than your set, for you?
Well, you can probably tell by the way it's difficult for me to form complete sentences at the moment. I'm sort of a little bit fried at the moment. It's been a good 3 days of breeder in the sun, really. No, it's good. I mean, this has been going for 8 years now, and it started off as sort of two planks of wood over a barrel with someone strumming an acoustic guitar on it, and look how big it's become now. It's a good event, and it changes every year. Every year there's it's a bit bigger or a bit better. So I mean, interesting to see what happens in 10 years' time.
And I mean, with something like Chaos, it's a bike show. It's a group of friends, I guess, the Greenman Club, who've got together and organised it. I mean, how do you think it compares to other festivals that happen sort of over here and elsewhere?
Well, it's got its own feel. There's definitely no other festivals like like the Chaos Festival, like the Guernsey Festival a few weeks ago. That's sort of quite a slick operation, and it's a lot of fun. This is a lot more rough and ready. A load of people that are doing it because they enjoy it, and really you can just come here, let go, and have a good time, and live in a tent for 3 days, and at the end of the day have a shower and just feel absolute horror what comes out of your hair. And
I guess finally, what's sort of in the near future for Lifejacket?
Well, we're getting ready to record. I'll be handling the production duties, so we're going to set up somewhere and just record all of the current set, and then after that we really want to sort of be coming up with as much new material as possible so that we can keep people interested, really.
That was Lifejacket's Andy Sauvage talking to me on the Sunday afternoon of Chaos, and I also had the chance of speaking to a band who are making their Chaos debut, metal band Distant Shores. They open the outside stage of the festival, the Discharge stage, on the Friday afternoon, and I asked them how their set went.
Very well, actually, surprisingly well. There was a good turnout, more than we expected it to be. We were hoping for more, but a fair amount of people turned up compared to other bands, which is unfortunate for them. But but yeah, it was a very good gig. The crowd seemed to love it. So
yeah, it's a shame the power had to cut out like during one of our songs.
No, I thought that was really cool, man. It was kind of thing. It gave us an opportunity. We got to talk to the audience, interact with them for a bit. And it was really fun. It was nice to sit down instead of having going full throttle all the time. We had 5 minutes to breathe as well, so it was really cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
And this was your first time playing Chaos as Distant Shores anyway. I mean, what does it mean to you guys to be playing at this festival?
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose it's quite an achievement because, it's quite, I suppose, a big festival, well, a gig in terms of Guernsey,
The biggest metal festival in Guernsey that we have.
So it's nice to kind of like open it up, kind of like fire it off, I suppose.
As a metal band, it's the pinnacle to do. If you're a Guernsey metal band, you need to do Chaos, otherwise, you're kind of missing out. And I think we got a really good position. We kind of got the honour of opening up the festival, which was really nice for us. We've only been together a year, and to get that given to us, it was really nice to do.
Yeah.
And in terms of the festival in general, I mean, how's your weekend been?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I've watched some good bands. I mean, a few Jersey bands over were really good. Stan Smith especially, I really enjoyed them.
Stan Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been a nice weekend. Been check out some awesome bands.
Demise of Sands were awesome as well, actually. One of the best thrash bands I've heard over on this island. It was amazing.
Yeah, we're going to be heading off to Jersey in September to play with them. Hopefully, doing Jersey Dead with them, which is going to be really fun. Hopefully, we'll be able to hang out with Stan Smith as well, connect with the Jersey bands. I mean, Deadwing were great for Guernsey bands over here. So Deadwing, that was great. I mean, we hung out with some of them before a couple months ago, but it's been really good to make the connections in the industry now. It's been a lot of fun.
And so, I mean, Chaos this year, what's sort of going forward for Distant Shores in the foreseeable future?
Oh, that's one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we've only got one gig on Guernsey planned for the future because unfortunately for the band, me and Alex are heading off to university in September, but we're keeping the band going, but there just won't be anything going on. But we've got a Battle of the Bands coming out August 4th, which is going to be good, so hopefully we'll see a lot of people there. And then we've got Jersey Dead on 1st of September, so that's all we've really got. So you've only really got one chance to come see us over here, unless you want to pay for the boat.
That was 3/4 of Distant Shores, who made their Chaos debut at the festival. And one veteran of Chaos, who played 2 sets this year with Skid Row and Choke, is Stace Blondel. I caught up with him on the Sunday afternoon of the festival and asked him how his performances went.
I think it went really well. I think with Skid Row, wielding sledgehammers and climbing didn't go down so well with the organisers, but it made me happy, so that's all right. It's all good.
And you've played Chaos quite a few times over the years with numerous different bands. I mean, what is it about Chaos that sort of keeps bringing you back particularly?
It's just pretty chilled out, to be honest. Everyone does what they want, no rules, just... it is actually chaos a lot of the time. Basically, there's no pretension here. Everyone just does what they want to do. The bands all get along, although I've heard rumours about the headliner last night not being so accommodating to other members of other bands, but normally everyone just gets along and everyone watches everyone.
And you were saying before, wielding sledgehammers and climbing the stage and things, you sort of, I guess it could be said, it got a bit of a reputation for doing stuff like that. How does that come about? Why does that happen?
I just one time originally I just did it just because I felt it, but kind of now if you play and you don't do something like that, you'll get disappointment. So I don't know if Choke disappointed people yesterday because I didn't do any of that antics, but I think it went well anyway.
And obviously it's been 3 days of this so far, so how's the festival in general been for you?
It's been awesome, except it has ruined my voice completely. I don't think I'll be singing for another month, I'd say, actually. Buttercup sales are going to go through the roof. I'll have to buy some lozenges. I'll have to avoid talking to interviewers from now on. And basically it's dumping in. Thank you very much, Chaos.
And other than your sets, what have been your highlights of the weekend?
I think the Generators is probably the best I've ever seen them. I really enjoyed Heave. I'd never seen them before. Everything in the Peace Tent has been amazing. Peace Tent is the place to be. I know there's no Guinness in there, which is a bit of a down, but everything else about the Peace Tent, they should have the Peace Tent at every festival. And Mark's got lots of games from the 70s, so it's highly recommended.
That was Stace Blondel enthusing about the Peace Tent aspect of Chaos as well as the rest of the festival. And you can see a whole load of photos from the weekend on our Facebook page. Just search for BBC Introducing Guernsey on there and like us as well if you haven't done already. You can also read my report on the festival at bbc.co.uk/Guernsey.